Welcome to Silicon Valley Nonprofits, a service of KMVT Community Media. I'm Bev Lenahan, your host. Our guest today is Josh Selo, and Executive Director of West Valley Community Services. Thank you, Josh, for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me here today.
It's really a pleasure, and I know a little bit about West Valley Community Services, but we want people out there to be sure to know about West Valley Community Services. So tell us about who you serve and what your services are and what area you serve in.
Excellent. Well, West Valley Community Services is about 40 years old. We are housed in Cupertino, but we serve a much larger area than that. Our basic focus is on human services, so food, housing, and supportive services like referrals for low-income and homeless individuals and families living in Cupertino, Los Gatos, Saratoga, Montessorino, West San Jose, and the surrounding mountain regions. There are about 22,000 people living in poverty in that area, and we serve about 8,000 currently, and we're always looking for how we scale up to serve the need that exists in the community.
And isn't that the challenge, because that need's been growing so unbelievably in these last few years?
Yes.
And I think we did not anticipate how much it would grow. So describe some of the how you get your food and how you distribute your food.
Sure. So food distribution is a real core part of what we do. It's one of the 3 core areas of service. So we get about 30% or so of our food from Second Harvest Food Bank, which is great. The remaining percentage, 60%, 70%, is from local stores, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Safeway, stores like that. We purchase none of our food. And in many cases, this is food that would have ended up in the dump and contributed to greenhouse gases. So we're saving that food and we're repurposing it. It's completely delicious, it's completely fresh, and we're able to source it to our clients. We're a little bit different than most food pantries. A lot of food pantries, you come in, you're given a bag or box of food that's been prepared.
Sure.
We're set up like a supermarket. So our clients come in and they shop. Yeah, it's
Nice.
really great. So they make their way around, they choose the food that they want. Healthy food like produce and vegetables are the most popular.
Good.
Yes, so that's good. And we are open 5 days a week, and it's very busy almost every single day.
Well, I can only imagine. I have seen some folks when I've come to drop things off. I've seen folks there, and I really like the fact that it's kind of like a Trader Joe's light. People can pick from the wholesome foods and get something that's really going to be nutritious for them.
Yeah.
It helps everybody's outlook.
Oh, absolutely.
How about the housing? How do you handle that?
So we're unique among the agencies like ours in the Valley in that we not only own 28 units of below market rate housing, but we are also the manager of the housing units for the city of Cupertino. So Cupertino has an inventory of about 300 some odd below market rate units.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's quite an inventory, and we do the qualification and the annual recertification for all those units, and it's sales and rentals. Of that inventory, we own and manage 28 of them. So there's 24 on our site, on Vista, and then we own 4 units off-site. And it's been great because, as you know, rental rates in Silicon Valley have skyrocketed. So for a family, they could be paying, a half to a third of what prevailing market rates are if they're in one of our units. We wish we had more units, in fact, because the demand and the wait list has gone up year over year over the last 4 years.
Yes. So in terms of how people can help you, I know use volunteers a lot.
Oh, yes.
And then if you could scale up, what would it take to do that?
So volunteers are always important, and we're always sourcing, of course, more volunteers. We actually have 160 volunteers a week who do all sorts of things for us. They do the pickup of groceries, they run the food pantry, they run our front desk. That's always important. Food is critical, so being able to scale up in terms of individual food donations, that's always something that we look for. Land, I know we partner with the city of Cupertino, so if there was some way to identify more units, more housing, more land in Cupertino, that's critical. And like any nonprofit, funding is always a challenge. Yes. And so we're constantly looking for new funders to help underwrite our operations so we can provide these basic human services to those most in need in our community.
Good. So let us know, how can people get a hold of you? What's your website?
So please check us out online, www.wvcommunityservices.com. communityservices.org. You'll
Great.
find all our information on there. And, check us out, visit us. We're also on Facebook and now Twitter, apparently. So,
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, and thanks so much for being here today.
Oh, it's
nice
my
to have
pleasure.
you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.